What's going on, everybody? It's Mike here from AX Garage. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're back on our 1996 Acura Integra GSR with just 60,000 miles. Now in the last episode, we went ahead and put the engine completely back to stock, along taking care of all of the maintenance, including replacing the timing belt, all of the oil seal, and also adjusting and checking those valves. On today's episode, we'll be working on the transmission end. Let's take a look and see what we got. Over here on the table, we have some factory OEM parts along with a factory replacement aftermarket clutch. Now the OEM clutch is no longer available. Over here we have an Exetti factory OEM replacement. These pressure plate and also the clutch discs here are made in Japan. They are factory replacement. Now the kits also come with a thorough bearing along with a pilot bearing, which is something we're not going to use. We'll be going to an OEM unit thorough bearing along with a pilot bearing right over here. Now over here we also have a brand new ring seal, axle seals, along with the shift linkage selector seal over here. We have a brand new clutch master cylinder along with a clutch slave cylinder. So the hydraulic system also going to be brand new, so we're not going to run into any type of issues. Now next up, let's go and get the car a bit off the ground, and let's go ahead and start off by removing the strut bar and also the intake. Then we can move on to the transmission. All right, we pretty much got everything taken apart on the very top. Here we started off with the strut bar, the intake box assembly. Then we move on to the harness, the transmission bolt, the side engine mount, along with the clutch slave cylinder. I think we are good to go here. So next up, let's go ahead and get the car up in the air, get the wheels off. We're gonna work on the axles. We got the shift linkage. We got to drain the fluid. And I think the transmission is ready to come down. All right, so the transmission is ready to come down, and John decided to join us.
That's right.
Where you been?
I was here, but not here.
Oh, yeah?
It doesn't matter where I was. I'm here now, Mike. That's it.
All right, so two more boats, huh?
Let's do it. I'm going to take this thing out by myself. You can watch me.
Oh, I got it wrong. Okay.
Oh, man, that doesn't help. There it goes.
Ooh. How's that, huh?
She does not have a whole lot of life left on her.
It's a great idea that we go ahead and do this clutch now, huh?
Yeah, I was saying we didn't need to. So I'm a little mistaken. Look at that.
It's gone. It got pretty good, though.
Look at that. We're down to the copper rivets right there, too. So it's definitely the right time to change this clutch.
How's the flywheel, John?
The flywheel does have some nice heat spots on it. We're going to send this over to Cylinder Head Depot and have them cut it for us and give us a good surface, because our heat spots are pretty bad and we have a lot of weird lines that are going all the way around it. I think we may have had a little contact with our rivets. Yeah, you can see they wore out pretty good. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and have the flywheel resurfaced, and then we'll get this thing back in the car with our new clutch kit.
All right, guys, so we're making really good progress over here. We got the shaft and also this pivot fork here all cleaned up. It was all caked up with a bunch of old grease. I really think this clutch is the original clutch from 1996 because the grease was just pretty much kicked up right in the shaft, and it was super hard for this to pivot. So we got it all cleaned up. We put some high temperature grease there. Now the operation is nice and smooth over here. We did put on a set of brand new fresh OEM axle seals and also the shift linkage seal right over here that you see us do earlier. We also did the rear main seal over here. We got it all cleaned up, brand new rear main seal. We sent the flywheel out to get it resurfaced. So in the meantime, we're gonna work on the hydraulic system on here. So we have a clutch slave cylinder and also a master cylinder. We're gonna start off with the slave cylinder first. And here we have the clutch slave cylinder. Before we took everything apart, we already cracked loose this line with a line wrench, knowing that we're gonna be changing it. So now for us to change it now, gonna be super, super easy. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna loosen up this line fitting here. We'll let the rest of the fluid drain out. And then all we gotta do is just put on the new one and move on to the master cylinder. And over here with the clutch master cylinder, I always split this into two different portions. You have the interior portion and also the exterior portion. Now we'll start from the inside and then work the way out. On the inside, we have the clutch pedal to connect to a master cylinder with a pin. And then all we have is two 12mm nuts that holds the master cylinder in place. Even though it's not a whole lot of work to do because of the confined space, it's really difficult to get those components in. Sometimes it's going to be hard for us to even film. So we'll try our best to give you some of the footage. Now on the exterior or the hood portion, you have a clutch reservoir that we just removed the fluid from with a hose that connect to here. Then we have our 10mm line that connect to here, and that's all is to it. Let's go ahead and get on the interior. And over here we have the master cylinder we just replaced and also the brand new OEM master cylinder. It does look like someone had replaced the master cylinder with aftermarket unit, as you can see right over here. This factory brand new OEM master cylinder is already have a factory preset adjustment here. As you can see on the aftermarket one, looks like someone has adjusted all the way out. So if you put it side to side right over here, you can kind of see how much further the aftermarket one that was on the car was adjusted. So with us putting a new clutch in the vehicle along with a brand new clutch master and slave cylinder, now the clutch system is going to be completely original. Now to put it back, just got to reverse the procedures. And with the hydraulic clutch system out of the way, it's no perfect timing. We just got our flywheel back from Cylinder Head Depot. They did an amazing job as always. Now we have the clutch disc along the pressure plate here. Now the only thing we have to do is to install this pilot bearing inside right over here in the flywheels. And other than that, man, we're ready to put everything back together. So let's go and pop this in. Before we put the flywheel back together, I want to recommend go ahead and put a little blue Loctite right on the thread on both the flywheel and the clutch pressure plate in case it back out. Just like that, the transmission went back to the car, and thank goodness for this clutch alignment too. Now next up, we just gotta put all of those good stuff on that table back in the car. So we pretty much got everything buttoned up down here. We got the exhaust, the drive shaft, the shift linkages, man. I think we're ready to go. Next up, let's go and bring the car down, put the wheels on, then we'll finish up the very top. With the manual transmission fluid at a proper level, next up, let's finish off the clutch hydraulic system. Now we got some fresh brake fluid right there in the clutch reservoir. And over here, see as earlier, we cracked loose the bleeder valve right there in the slave cylinder. We'll let it gradually bleed for the next couple of minutes. And next up, we're gonna use this one-way check valve bleeder. This little guy is gonna save you guys a bunch of time and headache. We'll go ahead and put a link down in the description in case you guys are interested. Guys, nothing like a perfect clutch pedal. Let's go and give her a start up and check out that new clutch. Well guys, there you have it. We finally all done with our 60,000 miles Acura Integra GSR with a brand new clutch and also the hydraulic system, and most of the components are back to your OEM. Now we can put this car back on the road and put some miles on it. You guys like what you see? Definitely consider to subscribe to our channel and also turn that notification. My name is Mike, on behalf of Ace Garage. Thank you so much for watching. We hope to see you guys next week.